Alright, hello and welcome to another Why Would You Use. So, today we're going to talk about the Galatine Prime. And this is not a complicated weapon, but it is definitely worth using because it has taken the new role of being the best heavy blade. So, we have the other heavy blades here. And this weapon is better than both of them in pretty much all cases. So, obviously, we can compare it to the War, and the War has a worse IPS spread, being mostly impact, which is not really that useful, and otherwise just being a tad slower than the Galatine Prime. Galatine Prime obviously has a very nice IPS spread with being mostly slash for very high damage, much like the Skindo Prime, but Skindo Prime has lower damage and lower status, and of course, lower attack speed. So, the Galatine pretty much trumps both of them, having a massive amount of damage, and just generally being really good. Because heavy blades have kind of always been good in one way or another, and this is the build I'm using. It's worth noting, though, that if I was using this weapon with a warframe that doesn't need life strike, so any super tanky warframes like, let's say, Rhino, or Inaros, or Chroma, depending on if you're using a Furist with that mod, there's definitely more damage to be had here with Organ Shatter. Organ Shatter is what I usually use here, and it's why the Forma is in here. If you're planning on using this with a Warframe that wants to use Life Strike, you actually don't need the Forma at all, as it already comes with 2 V polarities. And this weapon is really, really strong. I'm going to show it with Tempo Royale, even though this isn't the highest DPS stance, just because it's more fun. Because I don't really need any more damage out of this thing, if I'm to be completely honest. So let's kill everything. Absolutely everything. So obviously the speed is a big benefit here. Along with, of course, the massive damage. You know, massive damage is usually pretty good. It usually, like, tends to perform pretty well. It turns out. I don't know. That might be uncommon. I'm not sure. Where's that other guy with the shotgun? There we go. But yeah, that's Galatine Prime. A little rough. Tempo Royale is not nearly as much damage as Cleaving Whirlwind, but you know. Actually, let's show it with Cleaving Whirlwind, just so you can get a sense of the actual damage of it. As it is quite high. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoop. Oh. Overextended my spins. Oh, I left them on 80. Whoops, that explains a lot. Yeah, well, fuck it. Whoops. Sorry, guys. Not our usual test. They're 30 levels higher. That explains a lot. Oh well. It took me that long to notice. My bad. That's the Galatine Prime. Hopefully the 2 level 80 tests sufficed. That's the word I'm looking for. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow.